This is Feed Your Mind, so there's information coming out about YNW Melly allegedly putting a hit out on his mom. So YNW Melly is right now, he's facing trial for taking out two of his best friends, allegedly. So now it's coming out in court documents that the DA is saying that they had phone text messages that suggest that YNW Melly was also targeting his mom. So this guy, if this is true, I mean, it seems like he's trying to take out everybody around him, people that are close to him. And I've done research on this type of behavior because it looks like that type of behavior could be connected to record deals and making it in the industry. There's lots of rumors about stuff like that, and if there's anything to it. So there's lots of artists that had suspicious deaths in the family right around the time that they blow up, right around the time that they get their major deal. And so even with Kanye West and Kanye West artist Pusha T as well. Pusha T, his mom passed on the same day as Kanye West's mom. And Pusha T is Kanye West's artist. And so it turns out, I came across this information months and months ago, and I didn't make much of it because Pusha T didn't seem like the biggest artist. Like it just, it's just like one of those things that didn't really stand out as much. But then after that news, he became like he's like at the peak of his career, it seems like now all of a sudden. Because at the time of the news, I didn't really put Pusha T high on the list of rappers. He was there, but he didn't seem like a top-notch artist or anything. But he still really isn't that much, but he's much more visible than he has ever been in his career after the news of his mom passing. He got the news. I think he got the call from Kanye West on top of that. And Kanye West said, yeah, this is the same day that his mom passed. So Kanye West, he took his deal, and soon after his deal, his mom passed. Now, does the artist have anything to do with that? Or is it part of the ritual where you sign the deal and then you're exposing your loved ones to possible things like that? It could be either way. They might not have anything to do with it, or they might have to literally do what they're saying. I mean, I've contemplated on how Eminem's mom, like he was basically going against his mom, beefing with his mom, because I think sometimes I feel like that was so that the secret groups would leave his mom alone. He acted like he hated his mom because it seems like for the ritual to work, they have to take out somebody that is close to the person, well, close to the artist. It's usually somebody that the artist loves and is very close to. So that seems to be a main ingredient. So I was thinking Eminem might have been trying to dodge that whole thing by beefing with his mom. Kanye West was showing lots of love to his mom when he signed his deal. He was taking his mom everywhere, so it was clear that he loved his mom. And I think that's the main ingredient. So with YNW Melly, I don't know about his relationship with his mom, but that seems to be a main ingredient. Or was he trying to do a copycat thing? Was he hearing all the rumors? Was YNW Melly hearing all the rumors about, what you have to do to get on? And was he trying to get on based off of rumors? That would be horrible. Like to take information like that and to try to use it to get on. It's like no wonder he's in the, if this is true, that would explain the position he's in. One thing I can't overlook though is what's the chances of Pusha T's mom passing the same day as Kanye West's mom? Kanye West's mom was Donda. So what's the chance of that being signed to the artist and then his mom goes the exact same day as his mom? It's like, that's just to me, that's a weird coincidence. And On top of that, like I said, he blew up. Like he's more famous now than I've ever seen him. He's everywhere. He's like, I'm still not a fan of him, but I'm not a real fan of him or nothing. I don't really listen to him, but I've seen that he's everywhere now. It's like it almost catapulted him to like a mainstream artist. Like I would pretty much assume this is his peak. I've never saw Pusha T on this many platforms before. And then with the YNW Melly thing, if he's like hearing rumors about like that's what you do to get on, that's just, he deserves what's coming to him, because to act out and to say, oh, he's gonna make it just because, there's probably much more to that. You don't know the science behind it. A lot of the artists that this happens to, usually it looks like they're usually signed after, like it looks like they're signed and then the tragedy happens. I think Megan Thee Stallion had a similar incident where I think something happened to her mom like right before she became a superstar. And it's like some of these artists, it's like it doesn't matter how talented they are, they might not even be the most talented artists, and they'll be everywhere. It seems like it's like they're almost forcing the artist on you. And it's like, for anyone out there that hears this type of stuff and they think that's the way to get on, it's like they have another thing coming, because that's not, I would more than likely guess there's way more to it than just taking out a loved one. There's more to the rituals than just doing the act. There's obviously probably incantations and all types of people that you have to be involved with for this to take place. And like I said, sometimes I'm not even sure if the artist is in control of who gets taken out. It could be a spiritual thing where who knows how this happens and how this takes place. One thing comes to mind that is kind of unrelated, but I just remember this book in the Bible where this guy in the Bible, I forget his name, but he was going to take out his son or something, and then they stopped it. I think his son was, what was it, Abraham and Joseph or something? It was like a similar story, and then God stopped him before that, so before he took him out. But was that like a clue or anything? Because it just looks like, was that something does that add validity to the whole idea of this ritual? Because was that a common thing, like take out your firstborn or something, or somebody you love, in order to appease the spiritual entities? And then God had to stop him, like, no, that's not what I want you to do, for real, just to see, like, I don't know, it could be a connection there. But with this YNW Melly thing, I mean, look, that's not the way to get on. That's not the way. You don't know how that stuff works. You don't know the specific details about how that stuff works. There could be like things to do with the sun or the moon. Might need to be in a certain position, or you never know. Like what I'm for sure there's way more to it than just taking out a loved one. So any fool out there that would copy that type of information thinking that's the way on, they're gonna end up probably just like YNW Melly and facing the death penalty, because that's definitely not the way to get on. That doesn't mean there's not something to this. I think there's definitely something to this whole thing about going on with all these artists that are missing their loved ones. Dirk's brother, all the, like, not everything is related to that, but some of it is. I think it's just that there's way more specifics than what I know or what most people would know to it. So do not go out there thinking that's the way to get on. Anybody, that hears this type of information, like, just know you're going to probably end up in jail, unless, because the ones that do it, I think it, like I said, it could be beyond their control, or it's something more aligned with the people they from the secret groups that they're working with. It's something more connected with all that than just than just this type of stuff randomly happening. But I do think there's something to the information. It's just that copycatters are going to end up in jail. And YNW Melly, he's facing the death penalty. So we'll see what happens with him. It sounds like he's going to trial with it. So we'll have to stay tuned and see what's his fate. So I'm going to leave links if you want to check out the interviews, more details about YNW Melly, or if you want to see the quick interview with Pusha T explaining what happened to his mom.